much to learn about voting systems and voter registration. And we are so fortunate that we have a team that is just really, really, really top notch. But I came into office with the priority of really increase access where we can. We need to make sure we're registering new citizens. We need to make sure that everybody understands how and where to vote in all the different ways. And certainly moving to a system where, you'll hear a lot about this, where we're mailing a ballot to every voter, has changed the dynamic. We still have 147 polling places, and you're going to be wowed by our election day operations team because they're just really top notch, and there's a lot of incredible work that goes into that.
Contra Costa County Elections Department kicked off the 4th class of the Certified Election Observer Program to welcome the community.
Prior to my election in 2022, the staff here set up the Certified Election Observer Program, known as CEO, as a way to share information from start to finish about everything that we do in an election. And so depending on the year, it's between 12 and 14 hours of basically classroom work where you're learning from the elections experts that work in every part of the process. You get to observe the logic and accuracy testing, which is when we show the public that our voting equipment works the way that it's designed to work on through every part of the process in terms of doing signature verification, doing extraction, dealing with what's called adjudication. So every step along the way, we want our CEOs to see that process. And the hope is the people that go through that program, we just started our 4th cohort, that they will be able to share that information with their friends and family and help spread knowledge about how elections work. Voting is fundamental to our democracy. Voting is one of the most important things we can do as citizens. Our form of representative democracy is based on the consent of the governed. And so voting is how we do that. Being an informed voter is how you make your vote meaningful. You can't give consent to those who will govern you and represent you if you don't have information. So that's why we put out a voter information guide with as much available information as we can about the candidates and measures on your ballot.
Polling places will be open from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. in Contra Costa County on March 5th. Voters can return their ballots by mail if they are postmarked on Election Day or drop their ballot off at one of the county's official drop boxes.
Starting February 5th, voters will be receiving their ballots in the mail. We're mailing all registered voters a ballot, and you can return them as soon as you get them. If you prefer to vote in person, you can do that early, starting March 1st at 5 regional early voting sites. The details are in your voter information guide, which should be you should be also receiving in the mail. So those are open on Friday, March 1st, Saturday, March 2nd, and Monday, March 4th. And then Election Day itself, you can show up from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. at your polling place. Your voting materials will have your assigned polling location if you prefer to vote in person. We have 147 polling places for this primary. We prepare for elections year-round. We're always testing our equipment, reviewing our voter registration rolls, making sure they're up to date. And there are many, probably thousands of details that go into everything that we do. And so when it gets closer to election time, we hire temporary staff to help us with the big push. But we're constantly looking at our processes and making sure that our elections will be safe and secure. Voting affects your day-to-day life. It's about quality of life because depending on who wins elections, based on who votes, that decides your, how people are taxed, what schools are like, what jobs are available. There's a lot of things that are impacted by voting, and that's why we encourage all registered and eligible citizens to vote.